Hey guys, it's me again. This is so funny teaching to an empty classroom. But anyway, I'm going to pretend like you're sitting right here, okay? And like we are all here together, okay? And hopefully we will be back together really soon. But let's talk now about something a little bit different, okay? Now this is a lesson, something new that you have not yet learned in fourth grade, and that is solving equations. I love equations. This is one of my favorite lessons of the entire year, and this is something I really enjoy. It's kind of like a little introduction to algebra for you, and I know that word is so scary every year whenever I say this is like an introduction to algebra. People are like, oh my goodness, but it is something that you're going to really enjoy. I really think you will. It's like solving a puzzle, okay? So let's talk a little bit about, first of all, about what an equation is, okay? What is an equation? Now, an equation is basically just like a mathematical sentence. You know, we talk about sentences in language, but this is a mathematical sentence, okay? And it uses the equal symbol, which you can see right here in my example, to show that two expressions are equal, that they're the same, okay? But the tricky part is there's an unknown that is usually involved. Now here they've got the letter N. Sometimes you'll see X. That's probably the one you see the most often. Y, just any letter at all, okay? And that's considered the unknown. And basically what we're trying to do is we want to figure out what this is. Now I know what you're thinking because you're all so smart. You're thinking, well, I already know what that is, Mrs. Shackelford. And yes, you probably do. But later on, as you get a little bit older, even this year, as we go a little further into the year, you're going to see it's not so easy to figure out what some of these are. And so that's why you have to learn the steps to solving the equation, okay? All right, so let's talk about what the first step is. First of all, we want to solve, when we see an equation like this, a mathematical sentence, we want to solve the side that doesn't have the unknown, which we can do that, right? But what you have to remember is we want to make sure that we copy everything down every time, every step we take. So we're going to go ahead and rewrite this part, okay? We're going to do n plus 5 equals, but we're going to answer this time. What is 6 times 3? If you said 18, you are correct. It's 18. So we're going to put 18 here instead of writing 6 times 3, okay? Now, the next thing we need to do is, we've got n plus 5 equals 18. But remember, we want to get this n all by itself. We want to know what n is equal to, right? So what I need to do next is I've got to get rid of this 5 here. So if I'm adding 5, what is the opposite of adding 5? Subtracting 5, right? So what I want to do is I want to subtract 5 from here, but anything I do on this side, I have to do on this side. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to write n plus 5 minus 5 equals, I need to take 5 away from this side also, since I took 5 away here. I would write 18 minus 5, okay? Now, before we actually solve that part, plus 5 and minus 5, if you've got a positive or plus 5 and a negative or minus 5 here, they cancel each other out. That's like making this 0 now, okay? So, here though, I have a little problem I can do, right? 18 minus 5. So the next step is I'm going to come down, I'm going to continue with my n here because I'm going to copy it down. It's still there. This now has been canceled out. N equals, what is 18 minus 5? I hope you said 13. N equals 13, okay? So we've solved it. But we're not quite finished because I want you to learn how to check your work to make sure it's correct. We want to know that n is actually equal to 13. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and erase this part, okay? Except for my original equation. So we know that n is equal to 13, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite my equation underneath here using 13 instead of n. So I'm going to write 13 plus 5 equals 6 times 3. So now you guys answer for me. What is 13 plus 5? 18? Yes. And what is 6 times 3? It is 18. That's right. So if your two answers check out, if they are equal, then you have answered correctly and n was actually equal to 13. Okay? So every time you do an equation, Every time you do that, I want you to also check it because that will come in handy later on when you have some more difficult style equations, okay? So always remember, okay, you're trying to get the unknown all by itself, but whatever you do on one side, you must do on the other, okay? So always be aware of that. Okay, again, if you guys have any questions as you work on this section, if you have any questions about equations, feel free to contact me. I also wanted to mention, okay, if you have any questions about another lesson, even if I don't teach that lesson, if I don't actually do a lesson for something, I probably feel like it's something that's you can kind of grasp with book help or by contacting me to have a little assistance or getting mom or dad to help you. But if you have a question about something, just let me know and I will be happy to do a quick lesson on it or just to talk to you one-on-one and help you understand that. Let me know. I am here. I'm still your teacher. We may not be in the classroom, but I'm still your teacher for this year and I want to help you, okay? So you let me know anytime and let me know if there's anything in particular you need me to teach. If you want me to do a lesson on something, you just let me know and I will be happy to help, okay? All right.